Naturally, people will be concerned given the market volatility and movement, but several data points are important, right? So I just came back from Davos, meeting with the financial institutions, corporate leaders. So if you look at the momentum, the resilience, and the support for crypto and blockchain industry is very real. There's huge support. And if you look at different data points, right? So if you look at institutional holding, roughly 1.3 million Bitcoins holding, and that remains very stable. So the institutions are deploying. In January alone, we saw another 43,000 added by the institutional pool globally on that front. So there's faith on that front, and actually, a lot of them are looking at, this situation and buying for the future and deploying for the future. So I think that's one data point. If you look at all the strong use cases, utility, stablecoin usage, tripled last year. If you look at market cap, it went up 50%. Crypto payments, another big use case, and of course, real-world asset tokenization that is going from strength to strength. So in all the different engagement that we have now with financial institutions around the world, every one of them are looking at how to help tokenize the assets, put it on-chain so that to allow for 24/7 trading and to benefit their users, right? So New York Stock Exchange have announced an initiative to allow for 24/5 trading of all their equities product. So have NASDAQ. So we are looking at how do we support a lot more products to be traded on-chain on that front. So the momentum is good, is strong. And a lot of times it's not only useful to look at present and current. If you take a 3 months time frame, that's very short-term focus. If you take a longer time frame, right? So compared to 4 years back, crypto, Bitcoin has probably increased multiple folds on that front, right? So if we look at all these data points, we are ripe for very strong momentum into the future.
Yeah, and I want to ask about the leadership changes, the shakeup at Binance as well. Of course, you have a co-CEO now as the exchange grows into different markets. She is now the co-CEO, and she is the co-founder herself, Yi-He, and she also has children with ZZ as well. So with this new structure, how do you two split responsibilities?
Well, so if you look at it, we are increasingly very global. It's a different sort of organization when I first took over as CEO. So if you look at beginning of 2024, we started with 170 million users. By end of last year, we have 300 million users. So we added 130 million users. We have a global license now. We are regulated by Abu Dhabi Global Market. We are deployed in so many other places around the world. So as we increase our deployment globally and we become a multifaceted organization, it's very important that we become ambidextrous. And Yi is a very inspirational female leader that people in crypto knows for a long period of time, co-founder of Binance, very well known in the industry. And she's well known for her user-focused approach to helping users to come up with products that meet user needs, right? So we have complementary strength, and we work together very closely even before her appointment as co-CEO. And the leadership is really looking forward to embracing the next billion users onto Binance. We reached 300 million now, financial super app. So we're introducing a lot more product classes and product suite. We have started trading precious metals on perpetuals, and the volume has grown very, very well in the last few years where we first traded it. So we're looking to introduce a lot more product class, and we are doing a lot more global deployment. So, we are working very closely together as a team.
She perhaps more on the user front, you said?
User, product front. I look at, product deployment, I look at all the licenses that we have, and global deployment.
And last time we chatted too, we talked a bit about ZZ, and because he's still the majority shareholder of Binance as well, and he's now more back in the fold too. So how involved is he in Binance's strategy or direction?
Well, ZZ is a giant in the industry, right? So if you look at what he has built in terms of Binance and how he has contributed to the crypto industry, it's just massive, right? He has outside influence, right? So of course, obviously, as with any company, the controlling shareholder will have say over major corporate decisions, and that's how the company is being structured. On a day-to-day basis, the management team, myself included, the rest of the senior leaders, we work very closely with the board of directors. So we have 7 members, 3 independent directors, including the independent chairman, to map out our strategy, our future deployment for the future, our product offerings. So we could continue to deploy, working now very closely with not only the Web3 space, but all the financial institutions. We just introduced and announced Franklin Templeton. At any point in time, we have so many institutions engaging us on different product offerings they want to do, and being the leader in the Web3 space, we can really support them. And many countries are also talking to us, right, on how to support them, not only in terms of crypto regulation formulation, but also helping them to tokenize assets globally, unlock value for those countries, right? So we have so many different engagements. So we have plenty to do, and CZ is always a driving force behind the entire industry growth on that front. Yes, yeah.
And I want to touch on also, there has been more media reports lately in recent days, including from the New York Times, about the ties that President Trump's company, World Liberty Financial, has with Binance and how it has grown perhaps with USD1, their stablecoin, being on Binance, majority sitting in Binance. And I understand that Binance has said, of course, large exchanges hold various tokens, they promote various tokens, but I was wondering if you think Binance should do more to avoid at least the appearance and suggestions about the conflict of interest, given all the scrutiny from ethic experts.
Yeah, so if you look at it, all this mischaracterization is most unfortunate, right? I mean, people read just the sexy story, but it's not the full story, it's not the data, right? So if you look at, even in terms of USD1, right? So you have so many mischaracterized reporting. But USD1 itself, if you look at what has happened, MGX, when they invested in Binance as a strategic investor, they were the ones that decided to use USD1 as a stable coin in terms of payment consideration, and we accepted that, right? And the fact is, USD1 was listed on other exchanges first, even before Binance listed it, right? And you mentioned it, we are the largest crypto exchanges. Our volume is 5 times that bigger than the second largest one in the industry, right? So any projects that wants to gain traction will have conversation with us, and we'll try to support them. We have supported more than 15 stablecoin trading pairs on the exchange now, right? And we run different promotions. Recently, we run a promotion on Ripple USD stablecoin, right? So we do all those things.
Do a little more though.
So if you look at just the stablecoin space, Binance as a centralized exchange, we hold more than 50% of stablecoins among the centralized exchange, right? So the figure that you mentioned is not, unusually high, because we are just that volume at that size, right? And people just have to take all those reports with a pinch of salt on that front, because it doesn't say the full story, and there are so many mischaracterizations happening.